Well, I was growing up, and I was born in 1924, and of course, and I started to grade school when I was 5 years old in 1929. I'm trying to think, who was the old teacher? Do you remember? She used to give all the students a penny when they first started school. And I have a poem on her that was written in 1923. You need that. She had been a teacher for 30 years, first and second grade. Of course, the school then was a school on the hill with an upstairs and downstairs, 8 grades, 4 teachers and 8 grades. And we had outhouses, one for the men down below the school and one for above the school for the ladies. And we had a fire escape, which you've seen over there on the wall. And once a month, all the people on the second floor would go down the fire escape. But the principal, Mr. Eckley, would always go down first. You know, we accused him of going first because in those days there were no slacks. Girls wore shorts. And it probably wasn't true. It was kids using their imagination. But that went on in school, and I'm going to share a particular memory. I was in the 5th and 6th grade with Ralph Corbin was the teacher, okay? They had, in that particular period of time, they had airmail service. They picked up mail in Huntington, and then they picked it up in Mount Union. Well, what the airplane used to, it didn't land. It just grabbed it off the pole line. That airplane would come right down the river and go right down through the Narrows. Well, for the 5th and 6th grade up on the 2nd floor, when we heard that plane, Mr. Corbin let us get up and look out the window and watch the plane going, just flying down the river, right down through the Narrows. Thought I'd share that with you. And down to Mount Union now, the way they did, they had 2 poles and they hang the mail bags, and it would just swipe them off. It wouldn't land. It didn't land in Huntington either. And in those days, the mail from the post office was hung out there on the tracks, and there was a mail card, and they swiped it off and dropped the bag off.
Okay.
So that's how the mail went out. And but when the airmail plane went down, Mr. Corbin would let us all stand and watch out the window and watch the plane go down through the Narrows. No, that's a different one.
Okay.
That one, the incline come down just south of Mapleton.
Okay, all right, that's one.
And it came down to the plant up there at the head of Mapleton.
Okay, yeah.
And there's still, if you get up on the other mountain over, you can see that quarry, that old quarry up there.
Right.
Now, I don't know where the quarry was, but there were 5 sand plants here.
Okay.
2 of them in town, or almost in town. Well, you know how close
I know where the one
was up there.
Yeah.
I never knew where this one was.
Yeah.
It was completely tore down, but I doubt if there's anybody old enough to know.
Just even know anymore.
Unless a parent told them,
Right.
or a grandfather told them. There was in town basically 3 grocery stores, full grocery stores. Art Parker's was one.
Yeah.
Weibel's was one. and there was a wallet up on the other side of the band hall.
Okay, I've heard of that
Okay.
one, yeah.
On the
Yeah.
other side of the road. Yeah, and then L. Parker's down there. And this one up here, this one was before they tore the two-story building. Were you living before the two-story building was bent down? Right there where you turn up here? Right where this building was.
Yeah, I remember
Okay.
this building, yeah.
This
but
was a two-story building here.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
The IOF building? or-
And there was a grocery store underneath it.
Okay,
That was a Parker. He lived in that brick house.
okay.
Late in life, I think he moved his store over after the flood of '36. This had two lodges up here, the Oddfellows.
Mhm.
The Oddfellows, that's EIOL.
IOF.
The Oddfellows, and
Did they have the Rebeccas?
another group, huh?
The Rebeccas?
Yeah, well, that's the women.
The women, yeah.
Yeah, but it seemed to me like that too. But let me tell you, every young man, from all I know, every young man, that included me, was taken up there and sworn into the lodge when they went off to World War II. They didn't. It was a religious order. I mean, a patriotic
Right,
order.
right.
And
Do you remember Jesse Corbin?
Oh, sure.
That's my grandfather.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, how about Ralph?
Ralph was my uncle.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Now, see, I knew
Ralph
Ralph.
had the band.
Yes, Ralph taught me how to play trombone.
He taught me how to play a cornet.
Did he? Okay, yeah.
He knew how on all of them.
He played clarinet, trombone,
Everything.
cornet,
Everything.
baritone. I like the guy. I really like the guy.
Now, I don't even know if I was a teenager.
Okay.
Then.
Well-
If I was probably 13.
13, yeah,
12,
well,
12.
10 to 11, 12, whatever.
That's
Well,
right.
let me ask you something. When you were that age, what'd you guys do in Mapleton for fun?
Well, we played ring up,
Okay.
for one thing. That was the biggest thing because at 7:30, the Lone Ranger came on the radio. Everybody was home.
Okay.
That and Little Theater on Friday night with Little Theater off Times Square and a couple other. Don Amici, a big movie star, got to start there on radio. But we played Ring Up and Cowboy. One time I was right across my own backyard. It was a cowboy. And I was running to find a place to hunt. And I about took the clothesline off. Those are the fun days.
Yeah.
Now, we had a pear tree in our backyard. It was always loaded, always loaded. I've been to the top of that tree many times.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay, now, a lot of people in Mapleton had nicknames.
Everybody had
What was your nickname?
all except me.
You didn't have one,
I
yeah.
didn't have a nickname.
Everyone else I've talked to, June, Speck, all of them said about Mitzi, I mean, all of them said they had nicknames,
That's right.
you know.
But I never
You
really
didn't-
had
yeah.
a nickname.
Yeah.
If I would have had one, I would have liked for it to have been Wings, because all through that part of all through high school years, I was building airplane models.
okay,
I
yeah.
was into airplanes, so I was. But my brother next to me was punkin, because he kind of had a big head. But now you had your railroad station over there. Trains stopped. And to go places, that was the way to travel in those days.
Did you take the train a lot? Did you travel?
No. By the time I was getting old enough, there were a few more cars, I suspect, but the train still stopped. But if I was the paper boy,
Oh.
and I had to go where I had to go.
What paper did you deliver?
The Daily News.
Daily News,
And,
okay.
For a long time, it was, I think it was the Bells, I'm not sure, that delivered the Sunday paper. all over the county,
Yeah.
or at least the southern part of the county. Then after they got out of that, my brother, I had an older half brother, Merle. He had a couple of nicknames, Curly, Caddy, but he...
Another nickname, yeah.
Huh?
Another nickname.
No, he carried all papers all over the southern county. Three Springs, South Carolina, Louisiana, Sharpsburg. He had a car. We're talking about after the war now, really. But he hung out the mail for the post office. How do you suppose the trains then got their mail?
It was on that hook.
That's
They used
right.
that hook, yeah. Yep.
And they dropped the bag off.
Yeah.
Well, my brother, Merle, he hung the mail out.
Okay.
One of his responsibilities. He had several responsibilities that weren't time consuming. And quarry.
Quarry.
Right off the bridge, there was a quarry there.
Mm-hmm.
It was a limestone.
Right, the Limestone Quarry, yes, okay.
Now, what else do you know about it?
I remember reading that there used to be a cavern there that they would give
No, in
tours.
the cavern, that was a cave.
Well, cave, okay.
But we were always forbidden to go in that cave.
Really? Yeah. But
That
just
was-
unsafe.
They were afraid of collapse.
Okay, yeah.
And so most of us kids stay away from the quarry, period. I'm not sure, but it was during my young years that it went out and stopped working. But yes, it was a limestone there, and it was working in
Yeah.
my years so I could get across the bridge.
Right, yeah.
And of course, the road went over the railroad tracks.
Right,
They've told
right,
you
yeah.
that.
No,
And some
symbol.
of them might remember the name of the Watchman.
Yeah.
Has anybody give you a name?
No, someone told me they remember the Watchman, but they didn't know his name.
Well, somebody's got to remember that
Yeah.
name because he was good and he was there, and if a train, you know, the cars had to go across the
Oh, yeah,
tracks
yeah, yeah.
before the flood. It was after the flood. Well, after they got the tunnel built. Okay, so that's Weibel's store. There is a lady that lives just above her. It's a double green house. And there are pictures of it. Oh, I knew it. I knew the name, but let's go on. Let's come on back now. We'll come back to where the pool hall. Well, you got the hotel across the street.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
To the left of that is what?
Parker's.
Parker's.
Yes.
And not that's a drugstore. It's a soda fountain.
Yes.
It's a place for kids to gather.
Yep.
Okay.
So that was there when you were a kid.
Huh?
That was there when you
That's
were a
right.
kid. Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
And I will just tell you, I've seen today on a Sunday afternoon. That's where we'd all gather. When some guy would pull out his handkerchief and say, "Okay, time me," and he'd head up to the peak.
Oh.
And when he got up there, he'd wave it and they'd look at 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I've done it.
Did you? Oh, you've done that.
I've
Okay.
done it.
Yeah.
And others, many others.
Well, my father told me he used to do that. Harry Corbin.
Oh,
Harry.
sure.
He was older than you. They called him Fat.
Fat Corbin.
Fat. Yeah. His name was
He
Fat.
was a football star.
Oh, I
man.
know. Yeah. Yeah.
What year was that? 38?
30. Yeah. 37, 38, something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I meant to bring that up,
Yeah.
but let's come on. After the flood. Now, before that, that building was all hotel and apartments.
Okay.
Well, I don't know what all it was, but there wasn't much on the ground floor. But after the flood, then Mr. Weibel moved his store over there. Okay.
Yep.
And I had a half brother, Merle, that had a bookstore underneath it, a used bookstore.
Okay.
Okay. And then next door to the store was where the flood had taken the barber shop. There was a barber shop. My dad died in 37 shortly after that.
Well, Bill the barber used to be there.
There was a barber.
Bill Ross was there
Okay,
when I was a
well,
kid.
2 or 3 barbers
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
But then on the inside out was the bank.
Okay. Yeah, the bank. That's right. There's a bank there. Yeah, I've
The
seen
Mapleton
pictures.
had a bank.
I've seen pictures. Yeah.
And Mary Spencer was one of the big wheels.
Yeah.
But Banks was a hard head. Oh, he was. No, I don't think anybody liked Mr. Man.
Really?
And then he had 2 boys and a daughter, and nobody's ever heard from them since they moved
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
They haven't won anything. Okay, we're about out of time. I want to do one more thing, because let's step a few steps over, and you're at the train station,
Right.
okay? And the guy that ran its home was right there, with
Okay.
a big hedge around the front,
Okay.
okay? And so that takes you up, and just beyond that was there was a
'Cause-
place to store things, a warehouse,
Okay.
a stone warehouse.
All right. Well,
Okay, and right in front of that, between that building and the street was what we called the Posy Bed. It was around something. We played there. We played.
some people said that's what they did.
Well, more than that now, let me tell you. On Sunday evening, they had a big hot water tub. It was set on the stove and took all night to heat. But that was for washing the clothes on Monday morning.
Okay. Okay.
One time I was really late getting home from a date on Sunday afternoon. No, this is true. It's true. I knew I had to get home because there wasn't that many cars on the railroad, and you need to hear this. A guy did pick me up out there on the other side of Shirley, brought me to the end of the Mount Union Bridge. I never caught a ride. I had to walk all the way home, and I walked up the backyard at 5 o'clock in my morning with my mother hanging out the clothes. Young man, you're going to church, going to school tonight. And I went to school that day. But it was a difficult time.
Yeah. Yeah. Now,
But that's all we knew.
well, that's
So
it.
it
Yeah, it
made
was
it
different.
difficult.
Right. Right. It was different. It was
But
different.
when I came in the backyard that morning, my mother was hanging out the clothes.
Yeah.
It was 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Now, you know what was up in that area? I don't know where he was in it. There were big gardens over there.
Well, I've been over there and I found old rose bushes and different things.
We grew tomatoes and
Really?
corn and you
Okay.
name it.
Yeah.
Cabbage.
Okay.
There were big gardens over
Yeah.
there. Well, that
Yeah.
was the only way to really feed yourself.
Yeah.
All that stuff was
Okay.
canned for winter.
Yeah. Well, that's one
Is
thing.
that going on there? I
Yes,
hope it is.
yes,
It
yeah.
should.
Yeah.
Because that was a part of it. There were, I don't know how many families, I know we had one. One time I came back from over there, and I had a little garter snake with me. And my mother could have killed me because he got away in the house.
Oh, inside the house. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is all part of history. One Sunday, the Barkley family, anybody mention them to you?
I think so. It sounds familiar. Yeah.
Well, they lived
Barclay.
over just
Barclay.
above the Brethren Church,
Okay.
about 2 houses.
Okay.
And one day they were going to church, to Methodist church, on the side. There was a sidewalk there. In one section, there was one section, wasn't they built? Anyway, here came the garter snake. My mother could have killed me. Those 3 girls, they were pretty grown, probably 15, 16. They ran her. There you are. That's some of Bobbie Baker.
Yeah. That's good. I appreciate it, Bob. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Well, let me just tell you something. I just graduated from high school. And I was going off to war. The war had already kicked in. We'd already had Pearl Harbor. And most of the guys were going right. They didn't want to register. They were going right down And I that's what I did. Went right down and signed up, and I got a date to report to Altoona. And the day I had to leave, I didn't have any money. And I took my dad's deer rifle down to the pool hall. His name was Gene. I don't remember today what his last name was. I said, Gene, would you hold my dad's rifle until I come back from the war and let me have some money? And I think he gave me $5. And of course, being a prisoner during the war, my pay really piled up.
Right.
And I had a pocket. When I walked out of that bank, you know, it was part of the building. When I walked out of that bank, walked right over to the Wobble store, walked in. I told Slim, you know, that's what they called him, Slim. Well, I was tall.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And I said, Slim, I want to know how much my mother owes you. And he said, Bob, I'm going to have to figure that out. And he said, come on, go back there. And, you know, he had these little pads. You know? So he's going through and tagging them up, tagging them up. When he finished, it was $550-something. I paid that. When I walked out the front door of the store, I was a happiest boy on this planet.
Yeah.
Then I walked over to the pool room, and he was holding it there when I walked.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Good story. Good story.
I hope that's on there.
Yep. It is.
That's a piece of my personal history.